Welcome back, everyone. Episode 7, Birds of a Feather podcast. We took last week off. It was a pretty busy week for Isaac and I.
Yeah.
But we're back. That's all that matters.
Yep.
And we're back for vengeance. I feel like the last couple weeks, maybe the production might have been down a little bit. But, I mean, that happens when you're doing everything on your own.
Yeah, it's been brutal.
You're a student athlete in college trying to figure everything out. It's not going to be perfect. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been rough. I'm so tired.
Yeah, just about every day. Both of us have practice, classes. So it's pretty busy around here. The dorm, I feel like, is getting progressively messier by the day.
Yeah, I really need to clean up my area. I've been letting it get out of control.
Yeah, but, we're grinding through it, thugging it out one day at a time. And, yeah, man, I feel like you've been pretty busy with lacrosse. Like, it's weird because, obviously, we live together. We see each other every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we haven't, legitimately talked a lot just because
No, you honestly don't. It's just a night.
Someone's taking a nap,
yeah,
and the other one's doing homework, and then it switches. Like, someone will have class, the other one will have practice. But what's new? What's new in the lacrosse and world?
Nothing too crazy has changed. Next Friday we play Boise State
at
home, so that's pretty cool. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. First, well, I guess not really college game, but scrimmage,
right.
Same thing, whatever. What else? Still been going to medal, getting lifting, in practices. Yeah, it's just nothing new. It's just doing the same thing every week.
Yeah, cross country is pretty busy. We have a meet in Walla Walla this Saturday, and then we turn around next Friday, go to Utah State and run there, and then after that, our regional race, October 21st, I think, or it's our conference race. Up in Anchorage, Alaska, so that'll be a lot of fun.
What are your thoughts about going to Alaska?
I think it'll be cool. I've never been there, so that's another state to check off.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, Anchorage isn't too obviously it'll be colder there, but Anchorage isn't too bad because it's not as remote as all the other places.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they're just dropping us off in the middle of the woods,
the boonies.
But I'm excited. I've been putting in a lot of work this season, so just be able to go showcase what I have. Definitely excited about that, and just continuing to stay prepared and just run well, stay healthy, take care of my body. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I found out today they're giving us little cowbells. Each runner's getting a cowbell, and most of us probably won't.
No
run
way you
with
bring.
them.
Oh, you run with them?
Well, you can, but you give them to a teammate or who's not running or a spectator, because if you're running by yourself, it's to scare off any bear or moose that might be in the area.
Oh, are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah, so I was like, there's no way. Because if I see a bear, I'm
I'm
going to
break
the school record.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt. No shot.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Bears and stuff.
I kind of was joking around about it a couple weeks ago, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we get cowbells to scare them off. I was like, there's no way. There's no shot I'm gonna see a moose or a bear while I'm just out there just dying.
That'd be horrifying.
Yeah. So playing a D1 school in Boise State, what's the mentality behind that? Obviously a kid, you want to grow up, you want to go play college lacrosse or whatever sport it may be. Is it kind of a a sweet moment to reflect on, or is it more just laser focus on trying to beat them?
Well, I was kind of talking about that with my coach JR. He's the face-off coach, and the mentality that we want to go out there and have is just we're gonna freaking dominate. Not just face-off wise, which is what he was kind of referring to, but just in general, just smack one around a little bit, because it'd be pretty cool. Say a D2 program, club program, just beat a D1 school.
Yeah.
But so he's kind of put the thought in my head of you hate these guys.
Right.
You're gonna you want to win every single one.
Exactly. So. Especially with them, they're probably coming down with the mentality of okay, D2 school, we're gonna smack them around.
Yeah, they probably think we're just a whole bunch of guys just tossing the ball around.
Right. But, yeah. And I've noticed that with cross country too, and when we go to Utah State and even Walla Walla this weekend, we'll run against some D1 schools, Gonzaga, Washington State. When we go to Utah, obviously Utah State's a Division I program. I assume there'll be some other schools there too. Yeah. And they don't always send their A-list guys necessarily, but just going against the people in schools that you you watch on TV during like the college sports season, and just that D1 kind of like stigma, I guess, that comes with it. Like you definitely want to be able to go out and compete and like prove yourself against that.
And it'd feel good to be like the underdog, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Like go in and like race against some D1 guys, make them look bad, that'd be pretty sick.
100%. So that's definitely the mentality, every time we toe the line, and I imagine it's the same thing when you guys square up against them here. So we have a little segment here for you guys. We've been in the works, trying to mix up the production, be a little bit more creative.
I don't even know what this is. So.
Called News from the Nest.
That's actually awesome. Okay.
So this is how it's going to go. Each one of us just kind of give a little update, maybe like some funny stories, some stuff that's been going on here on campus.
Oh, man.
Stuff you've seen. I'll go first.
Oh, I got to think of something now.
The people upstairs are super loud.
Oh, my gosh.
They blast Rod Wave like damn near
They
every
were going
night.
up and down the hallways with like one of those big speakers blasting the new Rod Wave album.
100%.
I'm just...
And, track season's around the corner, so, meeting a lot of people there. And almost got in a car crash in the parking lot today. I was driving with a teammate of mine, and we were going to the decks, which, for those who don't know, is like the cafeteria here. We just got done with our workout. We're starving. It's dinner time. He comes around a corner, car backs up right behind him, or like right in front of us. And like we were like within a foot probably from the car, and not that close, but like pretty close to the car. So that was pretty funny. Like almost got in a crash right before dinner. And the bathroom flooded yesterday.
And of all things, the urinal flooded, which makes no sense. Nobody's taking a dump in the urinal.
It was just so funny because I walked in the morning and I went to go to the bathroom. I was like, and the urinal was full. I was like, oh, that's gonna flood.
I can't believe somebody still tried to use it again.
And sure enough, I come back from class at like, I don't know, 2:00, and the urinal, and there's just water all over the floor, and a sticker on the urinal that says, "Please do not use." And I was like, bro, what are we doing? So that's my report from the Nest. Yeah, what do you got?
I also have a car crash story. You've heard this one. I was coming, so pause. There's a road that you can go up and like it takes you around the school, and then there's one that you can go into our Culver parking lot. And I turned into it, and like I'm going kind of fast or whatever, and this bicyclist just comes straight at my car. I'm like, oh, I'm like, and like he misses my car by maybe like 5 inches or something, and I look at him go by, and he's like, like, so that was pretty funny. Well, it would have been not funny if I hit him,
right,
a little bit. But what else? What other news from the Nest?
Ooh, Walmart.
Oh yeah, what? I mean, I'm not surprised because it's Walmart, okay? But me and Carter, we went to Walmart, and we're just walking, and this guy, he literally cuts in front of us like it's a driving lane. Like,
yeah. I wasn't talking about that, but
what were you talking? Oh yeah, okay. What were you talking about?
I was talking about the guy that was talking to us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we went to I'm pretty sure it was the same day.
Same place.
And we were walking out, and this guy, like short guy with some like long raggedy mullet, he looks at me and Carter's like, "Hey, you guys wrestlers?" And we're like, "Oh no." And like Carter says he runs cross country, and he called him fat. Like, "Oh, you're pretty fat to be a cross country runner."
Dude, I took that.
It was so personal, it was so funny. Oh my gosh. So Carter's fat. So he didn't even call me fat, so that's a new one.
I've been called so many different things in my life, and like, obviously your friends joke and whatnot, but like, legitimately a stranger calling me fat is something I never thought.
It was so random.
Yeah, and especially the fact that like I run cross country. Like once I hit like committed to do this as like basically my life now, I was like, all right, like I'm cool. I'm gonna get skinny. Like I'm gonna miss my muscles and whatnot. But it is what it is. Sure enough, guy calls me fat, dude. I don't even know. I didn't even know how to respond. I was just like, there is no way that just happened. And I'm like, this guy's trying to hold a conversation with me.
Yeah, no, he just kept, like, we were walking away. He's like, oh, yeah, wait.
I was like, bro, stop talking to me. Like, you just called me fat, bro.
Yeah, that was
Isaac had, like, tears running down his face.
It was hilarious.
I was not happy about it. But,
man.
It is what it is, I guess.
So what happens when you're fat?
Yeah, that's life here in Nampa, pretty much. It's an interesting place, but I feel like as we get into the thick of things, like It's a pretty nice community.
Yeah,
I
but
like it a lot.
definitely, I feel like, well, for me, I'm starting to actually get into the thick of it.
Yeah. No,
But
dude.
like I got an exam. I mean, you've already had more like exams than me,
I'm
but
taking an exam right after this.
yeah, well, there you go. So I have an exam for accounting on Friday. I think, yeah, it's on Friday. But yeah, the time, it's been going fast, dude.
Yeah, it has too. And I think as you get into sports and just like the holiday season's right around the corner, like it gets like we're kind of at that point where like you're into it, you're in college, you have a routine pretty much figured out, like things are picking up, you're busy every day. But like when you look into the grand scheme of things, we have about a month left until at least I'll be home because we get to run in Monmouth, which is in Oregon. So excited about that. But I mean, you're a little less than 2 months out from Thanksgiving, and then we come back for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it's Christmas break, so we're back home for almost a month. And then before you know it, it's spring break, and then we're getting ready to come back home. And so I think, things will pick up fast. Yeah, you just got to take it day by day and just thug it out, basically. That's the theme of things.
Yeah. That's what I've been kind of trying to do. Like, so I try, like, not to think about going home at all, so it kind of goes by faster, maybe. But I've been like, all right, what is it? Is it week 4? Week 5? Week 5? Yeah, I was like, all right, week 5, just get this done. It's going to be week 6. It's
Right,
like...
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, especially, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, because, like, I'll be listening to music, and, like, I'll have, like, a certain song which is like, oh, that reminds me of home.
Right.
You know?
Have you been struggling with that recently, too?
Like, this past week has been a little bit harder, for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't even say I'm keeping myself distracted, honestly.
Right.
Like, I'll be doing, like, anything, and I'll be thinking about going home, which is not good.
Right.
Because, like, I live here.
Right, yeah.
But lacrosse is a good way for me to at least forget about all that stuff. Like I think I said last podcast, it's like you gotta forget about everything else when you're doing your sport, whether it's like school work or like missing home. It's nice for sure.
Yeah, I've kind of felt that too. I think the part that's helped me the most is just like our cross country group of guys are like pretty close, and so it's been fun just every day, just getting the chance to run with them. And I mean, we're all experiencing the same, joys or like hardships of like what cross country running is. I mean, our workouts,
They're brutal.
It's tough, and I mean, like there's a lot of sports out there that are difficult. Like for like hitting a baseball is not easy. Like not very many people can do that. Basketball takes a lot of skill and agility that not many athletes have. But cross country might be the most like physically and mentally demanding sport.
Hold on.
Hot take.
No.
Hot take.
What?
Mentally demanding. I feel like it might. Physically, probably not, because it is like.
What about
just
wrestling?
Running. Mentally or physically?
Both.
Physically, wrestling's tough because it's like a mix of strength and being in shape, and you have to cut weight. So like physically, I think cross country maybe not, just because, especially if you're naturally like built like a runner, it's not that hard. Yeah. But mentally, every day, knowing that you are going to be exhausted at the end of this, like your body wants to quit at every given moment you think about it. Like there's nothing stopping you from being like, I could stop right now, and nothing, like I could quit the team, I could not run, and my life will still go on. I'll still wake up in the morning, the sun will still rise, and I won't have to be this tired ever again. But here we are, we show up the next day, and you run again, and you get super tired, and then you wake up the next day, you go to practice, and you get tired again. And I just think, like, I mean, people talk about how much they hate running, and athletes, hate conditioning. We take that, like, that is our sport, essentially. Yeah. And so, I think, like, definitely one of the mentally hardest sports I've ever been a part of, I think, for sure. Especially once you get to the collegiate level. Like, if you're in high school or middle school, and you're going to run, and you run a mile and a half, and then everyone just plays at the playground for 30 minutes, and then just runs back, like, probably not. But this is my hot take of the week. Cross country, mentally toughest sport in the world.
Wow.
That's my take. Book it.
Those are some big words right there.
I just feel like, I mean, you have to experience it a little bit, and I know you ran cross for a year.
Yeah, not really.
But, I mean, it's tough. Like, you just, especially in a race, too, like you're going to get tired. You're going to, like, be dead at the end, and you just have to sign the contract that you're gonna
Sign the contract. Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to my head.
Sign the contract, big boy. Yeah.
But
No, that makes sense. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. But we're
yeah,
gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
what do you think is mentally
I
tough?
still think wrestling is
Wrestling's tough.
It's hard.
Mhm.
I mean, I quit after 6th grade. I hated it so much. But
No.
so if like props to anybody who like wrestle, like Penn State has like insane wrestlers and stuff, but props to people who go like pro and go to Olympics for wrestling. That's unreal.
No, yeah, it is legit. Wrestling's definitely up there too. It's a tough sport. We have a lot of former wrestlers on our team too.
Really?
Yeah. Well, our best runner is a former wrestler, and I think we might have had a couple other guys that wrestled in high school.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Like Levi, that guy
yeah,
was
yeah.
cracked.
Shout out Levi. I know he's definitely not listening to this right now.
he kind of lives.
He's probably living like in a cave
Yeah.
under a rock.
Tell him a little about Levi.
But okay, so Levi Campbell, he was a year older than us. Went to high school with them, and he played 5 sports. He played wrestling, football,
Track,
cross
lacrosse.
country, lacrosse, and so basically,
And he played. He played through a lacrosse game with a cracked rib, and then
Yeah.
ran track after.
yeah,
Like
dude was a dog, and he was never crazy good at like one thing, but he was like he just went hard all the time.
wait, did we say wrestling?
No.
That's 6. Yeah, wrestling.
Oh no, we did say wrestling.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did. Okay, so it's 5.
Yeah.
Anyways, like in our strength and conditioning class that we took in high school, you lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Levi's out here like almost falling over with how much weight he has on. Like he's a strong guy, and then Tuesdays, Thursdays are run days, and so me and him would just go out there and like duke it out every single day, just like.
And he had those masks that restrict your breathing.
He
and
would
stuff.
wear like a breathing mask, and it sounded like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And I remember like coming in as a freshman, there, all the older kids saying no one's ever beat Levi. Like he's just on another level. And eventually, I got to the point where I got him in a couple of runs, and I was like, all right, I can do this. And I mean, it was just so fun having him, and he was just such a random kid too. And,
and keep in mind, he's like maybe as tall as Carter and skinnier too.
yeah, no,
Like
but he's just ripped.
yeah,
Like,
he's
just jacked.
he's shredded. He's cut to the bone.
And I think he joined the Marine Corps after high school, but he
I
was
can see
always
that.
super funny. Like
he
I
was
wouldn't
real
necessarily say relatable, but
funny. No, he was the most random guy ever.
he was pretty funny. He would just
Yeah.
talk like super slow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved him.
He was a
man.
great guy.
So shout out Levi. Anyone listening that knows who he is knows exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, no, he was like, I kind of learned. I guess I learned a little bit from him, just in the case of like, you have to go hard every single day.
Yeah.
Like if you're not naturally athletic,
Mm.
like you just have to go get it every single day. And so that was a lot of fun to just learn from him and compete against him. And I always loved being around him. So
Yeah.
definitely a good guy. Staying in the sports realm, let's talk some ball a little bit. There's a lot going on this weekend
There is.
in the football world, and
Mhm.
even today in the basketball world.
No.
But we'll start in the NFL. The biggest topic that nobody likes: Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
I think they're a great couple.
I hope it works out. I mean, I feel like Travis Kelce's a good guy, so like that's definitely a win for the good guys, Taylor Swift, like I don't really listen to nothing against her, like I just don't really listen to any of her music, and there's just a big like obsession with her right now.
I'm
like,
a big Swiftie.
yeah, I can see that, and I'm just not on the Swiftie train. I guess like my bad.
It is your bad. Everybody can change. Everybody
I
can
guess.
change.
I mean, she has like some good songs that I'll listen to, but I'm not like. I'm never gonna be on an Instagram reel or a TikTok crying at a Taylor Swift.
Okay, that's
music.
true. I don't know how people
Like,
do
it's
that.
the next level. And, like, dressing up to match, like, a cover of her album, like, that's a little much. Like if I went to a Little Uzi concert, you're not going to see me in pink dreads and a ski mask. Like,
Dressed like a satanist. Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, what are your takes on that?
I don't even know. I don't really care enough.
Because-
I think they're great. I don't know.
Did you see, like, the numbers and, like, sales and revenue after she went to the game?
Oh, it's probably insane.
His jersey sales like almost doubled. Like the people that tuned into the Chiefs game like through the roof. Like just all these different like accolades and stuff they keep track of for revenue like through
Yeah.
the roof. And I think like I don't think the game was sold out, but then once they knew she was going to be there, it was like sold out immediately. I mean, I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I like Travis Kelce, second greatest tight end of all time behind Gronk, obviously.
That's true. Yeah.
But the only thing that I will say that I'm frustrated with is when, like, legitimately, and I've seen videos of this on the internet, is when girls are like, oh, like they think Taylor Swift is like
Jesus,
the main attraction. Like, she put this guy on the map.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's like, bro, what?
She's dating this football player? Like, no, this guy is currently top 5, top 10 greatest player in the NFL right now. One of the best tight ends of all time. Like, he doesn't need anyone else to associate with him for his name to be bigger. It just helps that he's, like, dating probably the most popular pop star in the world right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah, any other good NFL games? Patriots, first win of the season.
Nobody cares
15
whatsoever.
in a row versus the Jets. For those counting, that's 7.5 years. Basically, I was in 6th grade the last time the Jets beat the Patriots.
Dang.
Yeah. That's saying something. So, your Packers come from behind win against the Saints.
Best team in the league right there.
Is Jordan Love the answer?
I don't know yet. I gotta see him play more. You know?
Winning record. 2-1.
Yeah, it's been, 2 games? Wait, you said 2-1?
2-1.
3 games, man? I don't know.
He's doing better than Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. He's old. You can't say that.
He also only has 1 Achilles.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. He might be really good. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I think he's solid for now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Going forward, looking at the NFL schedule next week.
Hold on, we're talking about the Dolphins.
Oh, yep, right. Dolphins 70 bomb on the Denver Broncos.
It's insane. Broncos country.
It's like the second most points scored or something.
Yeah,
like that
they didn't need to get a field goal to beat it.
Field goal would have broke it,
yeah.
or I think tied it. But like the 73 came from the AFL, so it doesn't doesn't count like the NFL, I guess. But yeah, like that was all. Like I'm taking a sports communication class, and all we've had to do this week is like come up with a PR statement for like if you were the Denver Broncos, what would you say?
What did you come up with?
Right. I said, like, tough loss, obviously, but we have a Super Bowl winning head coach,
butt kicking.
a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and we play the Bears next week. So
that's honestly going to be like the most boring game ever.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the fourth quarter.
There you
Because
go.
I feel like that'll be interesting.
That's when it'll turn up.
But yeah, and so we worked on that like earlier in the week, and then once like the point spreads come out, the Broncos are favored over the Bears. So then the next assignment was, what would you say if you're the Bears?
Oh yeah.
So I basically just said, we're playing a team that just lost by 50.
That's a good one.
So, but no, yeah, that was crazy. Dolphins look legit, which I hate to say. Cause
they do. They honestly look really good.
I just think that system works so well for Tua. Just like so many weapons running around him. It's kind of similar to like the Niners, where it doesn't really matter who's a quarterback. Like they're always going to have success just because of their weapons. But yeah, it was a crazy week. College football, rough week for the state of Colorado. We're going to stay on this topic. Oregon, the hometown.
Yeah.
Smoked prime time.
Blue, good old fashioned butt kicking.
His Pac-12 debut did not go well. The game was in fact played in grass, not in Hollywood, like Oregon's coach said. But yeah, man, I mean that was a beatdown. Travis Hunter was out for Colorado, but I feel like Oregon just really kind of exposed what I think some people thought of Colorado, especially after the Colorado State game.
Yeah,
like,
all the hype.
Like if it goes to overtime with them, like are they really that legit?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they could still have a good season. But
I think they're gonna have an average season.
Yeah, I could see them getting like 6 or 7 wins.
Yeah.
But they play USC next week, so it could easily be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully. Washington got a big win over Cal, which was
nobody cares about Washington though, so
expected.
It's okay. We can just
well,
go past
they're
that.
probably going to go to the college football playoff. So when it happens, come back to this episode right here when I called it. But no, man, the Pac-12 is stacked and it's exciting, kind of since it's like the grand finale.
Yeah, this is the last year.
They have 4 teams in the top 10 right now, and they're all 7 through 10. So that's exciting, and they all play each other too. So like that's just kind of going to be a beat down. You know, like, everyone's going to be beating up on one another. Pause. But yeah, man, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited for football season to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But yeah, shifting our focus to hoops, we are 1 month away from the NBA season starting, and we had some big news today. 3-team trade. Do you want to break it down for us?
No.
Okay, I'll break it down because I'm pretty heartbroken too for multiple reasons. Damian Lillard, the hometown hero. Well, not the hometown hero, but basically the only good thing that's happened to the Blazers since like 1990. He's gone.
Gone forever.
Dame got traded to the Bucks for Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton. It was a 3-team trade, so the Blazers get Drew Holiday, Ayton, I think 3 first-round picks in the next couple years, and I think like a random role player. The Bucks obviously get Dame.
I feel like Bucks should be stacked.
They have a really good roster now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Suns got, I think, a couple picks and then just some role players like Nasir Little, Grayson Allen, just like some depth.
Yeah.
But I think, like, honestly, all 3 teams looking at it, like, got what they wanted. If you're the Bucks, you know, maybe you wanted, which it is weird because they are like a finals contender.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but, you know, obviously losing in the first round last year as a 1 seed to the Heat, by the way.
Wait, are you Heat fan? Are you Heat fan?
Diehard Heat fan, and that's why
I had no idea.
That's why this trade hurt me so bad, actually. And so, I mean, maybe you mix it up, maybe you get a little bit more of a dynamic player at the point guard position. Portland, you get 2 big pieces in Drew and DA, so we'll see how that works out. They have a lot of guards now because they drafted Scoot. They already had Simons and now Drew Holiday. But we'll see how that plays out. And a lot of picks, too. I think that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
And then Phoenix, add some depth. Obviously, they already have Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. So, yeah, man, what are your takeaways when you saw that today?
I mean, I was a little sad at first just because, like, Damian Lillard, he's a trailblazer, you know?
Right, yeah.
And now I was like, oh,
It's tough.
I don't know these guys,
Right.
you know? Like, but, I mean, like, I don't know, like, that much about basketball, so
Yeah.
it just sucks, you know, seeing Dame time leave.
Yeah, it'll definitely be weird to see him in a Bucks jersey, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see. They'll definitely be exciting to watch between him, Chris Middleton, and Giannis.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it'll definitely take a lot of pressure off of, like, Giannis, too, because you're not going to be able to, like, a lot of people like to double Giannis once he gets inside the 3-point line. And if you do that, he has 2 guys outside that can shoot it from deep. And then, like, a lot of times Dame likes to come off a high pick and roll, but if you double that, then he's able to dish it out to either Middleton or Giannis, and those guys can obviously, you know, we know what they do.
Yeah.
So it'll be tough, but yeah, as a Miami Heat fan, it felt like, you know, I'm just going to break it down from like a relationship perspective. Dame and the Heat, like, we were in a talking stage with Dame, right? Like, we had introduced each other, we had been hanging out a little bit, we were flirting around, and then she as in Dame just hooked up with someone else, and now they're together. So that's really what it feels like.
It's gonna be all right.
Stab in the heart.
Right.
But I mean, Heat and 6, man. Everyone likes to doubt us. Everyone plays us. I mean, we weren't even supposed to go to the finals last year, but guess what? We did it. So I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, who anyone else has. I think as long as we have Jimmy Butler, I like our odds. But no, yeah, definitely tough. That we didn't get
Yeah.
Definitely super tough. But I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, you got anything else good on the radar? Anything new?
Anything new? No, not really.
What's like the most surprising thing? Like now that I feel like we're legitimately into like the college life. Like we kind of got past the honeymoon stage and all that. Like, what's maybe the biggest thing or adjustment you've had to make, you know, from home? I know we've talked about this a little bit before.
Like from compared to home.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, I've said a million times, just still figuring out time management stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
And honestly, checking my Canvas every day.
Yeah.
That I hate doing it, but you have to.
Yeah, it's weird, kind of like how some of the professors operate. Like, for the first week, I had no idea that we were supposed to like read the books on our own.
Oh
like,
yeah, me
you
too.
know,
I thought we were gonna go over them in class.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And so now that we have to like do that on our own and kind of figure all that out, like it's definitely different. But I feel like I'm getting used to that. I have a pretty solid routine now. The biggest thing for me is probably sleep. Like, I like to stay
Really?
up late. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I mean, I take a nap every day, but I mean, I don't know. I just like to stay up late. And it's not like our classes are super early in the morning. Like 9 a.m. is not bad at all. But
I've been jumping on that nap train more lately.
yeah, I think it's important. Like, it
Yeah.
gives you energy for the second half of the day, and so yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've probably had to deal with lately. But I mean, I feel like we're working it out. We're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we're gonna wrap it up here. Before we stop, I'll take it over this time.
Mhm.
This video brought to you
There
by
you go.
Northwest Physical Therapy.
Dan Ibarra right
Want to
there.
give a big thank you to everyone back there, just for the support as we continue to grow as athletes and people here. You know, we've been able to stay healthy, fortunately, and so just want to give a huge shout out to him and all that he does for us and the rest of his workers there, for just getting us in the right shape. And so if you live in the Umpqua Valley or Roseburg area, be sure to go, give him a holler if you need anything. He does a great job. He's a pretty funny guy, easy to get along with. And so, yeah, thank you to them. And that's going to wrap it up here. We're going to try and get more creative. Maybe, get some little short videos put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe post some reels on Instagram. If you have any creative ideas, reach out. We're trying our best. We're busy. We're tired. But we're grinding. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.